Well, praise the Most High today, family. We say hallelujah and praise the Most High today. Family, it's an absolutely gorgeous day here in the Carolinas, and we truly mean it. It's absolutely gorgeous. The sun is just coming out from over the woods back here in our secret place, and we thank the Most High for it. It's a gorgeous, mild day, cool. One of the best days of the summer here in the Carolinas. To get out and get some fresh air, some sunshine, and the Most High willing, some good exercise. And it's about 10 o'clock, 10:15 out here in the park where I'm at, and it's full. These folks out here enjoying the sun, enjoying the weather. They're playing softball. A bunch of girls softball teams. I think the baseball teams are done already for the year. We say praise the Most High for our family. I do hope everyone else is well today. And like myself, you're able to get out and enjoy this day. Beautiful day. I pray that you're able to get in some fresh air, some sunshine, and the Most High willing, some good exercise. We're going to jump right into this idea today, family, and it's called, in a world full of rules and boundaries, why are we the only ones who choose to live outside of them? In Jeremiah 5:22, it reminds us that the Most High has put rules and boundaries on everything. Every one of his creations. As we just said, why do we men choose to live outside of his rules? And we're being like our father. Most of us, we're being like our master, Hasatan, who felt the same way as we've been speaking on the last few recordings, how he was kicked out of heaven because he wanted to rule. He wanted to get out of pocket, so the Most High kicked him out of pocket. Said, get on up out of here. He had Michael baptize him. He baptized him into the earth, jumped him on that leg. He became known as old Slewfoot. But yeah, and it shows how the Most High deals with us. But let's read Jeremiah, which shows us clearly how the Most High would put boundaries on things. So please pardon the noise of the cheers and everything else you hear, the music. We are in a public location, but we're back here in the secret place. Wherever we meet the Most High is our secret place, family. And it says in Jeremiah 5:22, should you not fear me, declares Yahuwah? Should you not tremble in my presence? I made the sand a boundary for the sea, an everlasting barrier it cannot cross. The waves may roar, but they cannot prevail. They may roar, but they cannot cross it. They can't cross what, Robert? Yahuwah's boundaries that he set for all of his creations. Yahuwah is basically saying that with every one of his creations, he set up rules so that his kingdom will run smoothly and in order. We can't name not one of his creations that just runs nilly-willy and does whatever it chooses, not one. I think that water was chosen by Yahuwah to speak on because water can seem to be so uncontrollable. In home repair, water is the most diabolical troublemaker of all to homeowners. If not controlled, water will wreak havoc on a home. Yahuwah knew this and said that water cannot cross the sand line or barrier. It actually says that the waves cannot cross it. That's powerful. If you see some of the water damage that I've seen over the years, you'd be like, water is pretty clearly uncontrollable. And over the years, it can be controlled, but over the years, the control breaks down and it has to be set back up. Because water does what it wants to do. It's going to run as long as it has boundaries within a controlled environment. But it breaks down that controlled environment over time. But it can't break down the sand barrier that the Most High put on it out there in the sea and the oceans. No, it can't do it. The only way we see the opposite is when there is a flaw or disruption in the Most High's order. Like I said, order. He demands order. He's not an Elohim of disorder and just do what you like. No. Which brings us to our main thought within this idea. Us men are the only creation that feels we can go outside his rules that he clearly gave us, and everything else following the rules will be okay. It's not how it works. If you touch something in the wrong way, it's going to be affected outside of his rules. This is the flaw or disruption we spoke of beforehand. Hard-headed man. However, as we also mentioned, Yahuwah gave us clear-cut rules that would ensure that his creation ran according to his plan. Just as men following the doctrines of demons bucked against Yahuwah's plan in an attempt to erect the Tower of Babel to heaven. There's rules, and they made for themselves rules and said, we're gonna get back up to heaven. See, what was really going on was the demons working through man to get back up to heaven in a foolish attempt. Yeah, Hasatan gave them rules. Follow what I say do. Yahuwah had just commanded humanity to be fruitful and multiply and fill the earth. The Tower of Babel project, with this ambition to stay in one place and build a monument to themselves, which was seen as a rejection of Yahuwah's plan. The tower represented a united front against any potential future dispersals and symbolized the power of human cooperation, which was really led by Hasatan and his agenda. The tower's ambitions to reach heaven suggest a desire to overstep the perceived boundaries between humanity and Yahuwah, which Yahuwah ultimately prevented. Just as all attempts we as men have made to jump outside the lines Yahuwah has clearly marked, do not cross, danger is ahead, we end up suffering the perceived danger we were warned of. There are so many directions we could have used in this idea, like Adam and Eve, Cain and Abel, Moshe and Pharaoh, and the list goes on and on. However, the main example I want us to observe closely is our very own lives. The text says that sin is the transgression of the law. Yet the Roman Catholic-led Christian Church has said that the Most High's laws are done away with. So my question is, what will be the standard Yahuwah uses when judging us for all the works we have done in these bodies, good or bad? Revelations 20 and 13 says, and the sea gave up the dead which were in it, and death and hell delivered up the dead which were in them, and they were judged, every man according to their works. According to what, Robert? According to their works. Every man was judged according to their works, not just the sinners. The Christians don't get no pass on this. You're going to be brought before him and judged according to everything you did in these works, according to your works, everything you did in these bodies. This question has been burning in my mind for a very long time. If the law has been done away with, what standard are we to be living according to, which will ensure when we meet our Maker, we hear, well done, my good and faithful servant, and not depart from me, you worker of iniquity. Which both seems, tell me if I'm wrong, they seem to be judged according to the deeds they committed in these physical bodies. The church, which is led by the God of this world, Hasatan, will have you believe that you can live any kind of way you would like without penalty. You can live outside the boundary lines your whole life, but at the end you want to draw within the lines when your picture is all messed up. When your picture is all a mess. Yahushua would say, I never knew you, you worker of your own kingdom's goals and agenda. Depart from me. And as I was thinking on the way over, was speaking on how the church dwells on the statement, come as you are. But they don't expect you to change after you come. They dwell on that part so much that when you come, you just expect to stay like you are. You're not expected to change and get some get right in your life. But that's the most important part of coming to him. You're hurting. You're in dire need. You're in dire need of change. You need the laws, statutes, and commands so you won't keep going into the same direction you're going in. And folks say we're not under no laws. We're not under no commandments. We're not under no statutes. But as you go out here and face the world, you're under the same laws, statutes, and commands out here in this world. You just don't know it, or you choose not to observe them. You're doing the same out here, trying to get away with what you can until you get caught and have to pay the penalty. Name one of the 10 commandments that you can just do whatever you want to do willy-nilly. Say, forget it. I can kill, I can steal, I can murder. We do it every day. You might not murder with your hands, but you murder with your tongue. And which are the other ones? See, most of them speak about how you treat your brothers and sisters, but the first few speak of how you treat the Most High. He said, have no other Elohim before him. Observe the Shabbat. Love the Most High with all your heart. And all the rest of them. Which of those few that if you keep them, you have a good head start of keeping all the rest. And Yahushua's command to love is part of the 10. It's part of all of them. Which if you love the Most High, you're going to do what he tells you to do, like Yahushua came back and said, if you love me, keep my commandments. So if we love him, we're going to follow what he tells us to say and do, without any doubt. But we can't act like we can just fall outside the line and stay there. And that's what he says when he gets them there. Depart from me, you workers, or you those that practice iniquity. So practice means you continually do it. You do it all the time. Say, I'm good. He ain't came and got me yet. I'm good. I haven't paid the penalty yet. I'm good. The text also says the wages of sin is death. That means that penalty is coming. Adam and Eve didn't die as soon as they ate that, or as soon as they were disobedient. We're not going to go into what may have been the case with Cain being born after that and not being Adam's child. We're not going to get into that. But Adam and Eve were disobedient. They didn't die right then and there. They died later, but they still suffered the penalties. Yahushua went on and cursed them thereafter, that he would have to work by the sweat of his brow, and that she would have pain in childbearing, which before she didn't, or which before she wouldn't have. But there's so many ways to look at this idea, but the main ones we want to look at is that if you don't follow the rules, you're outside the Most High's plan for your life. And when you're outside of his plan for your life, just as we spoke of before, there's going to be disruptions. And we see it here on this earth with the global warming they say that is going on. Yeah, because they're doing things outside the Most High's will that he didn't mean for them to do. But it's so many other things, just like with Sodom and Gomorrah. They was living outside the Most High's plan for their lives. So what did he have to do? He had to boom, boom, boom. He had to burn them up. Just like they do with cancer. They have to go inside and carve it out. And that's what most people are. They're cancer. And the Most High is judging now. Just like he said he would, for what they've done to his people. But where have you drawn the line, family, in your life? Have you drawn the line on the right side of his story, the Most High story for your life? and said, I'm going to follow what he would have me to do. I'm going to follow his will, his plan, his desire for me. And in a world full of rules and boundaries, we are the only ones who choose to live outside of them. But when you say, I'm not going to live outside the Most High's boundaries set up for my life, I'm going to do what he asked me to do. And you will be joining my club, where I say I am too. I'm going to do all that he asked me to do while I have the opportunity. Family, do stay up and keep pushing forward in the right direction. Shalom. Hallelujah.